Hey everybody, Jason Hodge here. And you know what? I actually had an interesting idea for this particular video. And it is, well, let me start it out like this. Okay, so at nighttime, my sons tend to want me to tell them a story before they go to sleep. And so I would give them a combination of different stories. Some stories from the Bible, some stories from fairy tales, whatnot. And just the other day, it hit me. I'm sitting here telling them all of these stories that when all is said and done, they'll never get to know me and their mother in a way that they can take to heart some of the nuances of who we are. And I think a lot of times it's so easy for us to grow up without knowing who our parents are, what their thoughts are, their dreams, their hopes, their ups, their downs, and how they are able to bridge those things and transition and become successful or understand some of the pitfalls that they have been through in order to know how to avoid those pitfalls. I grew up where I was very close to my grandparents, and I learned a lot about my grandparents that probably not a lot of the other grandkids learned. And mainly, I spent a lot of time with them asking them a lot of questions. I was able to interview my grandfather before he died and learned a lot about him. And very amazing man. And I used to talk with my grandmother all the time as well. So, in a sense, it was kind of like I was interviewing her without it being formal. It wasn't the formalities of an actual sit down interview, but it was a lifelong process of asking her questions and her telling me different life stories, things that she experienced coming up, and things that she wishes that she had done, and things that she wishes that she hadn't done, and just the mixture of all of those things. So I'm sitting there about to tell my sons this new story, right? And something in me said, no, no, let me do something different. And let me start a habit of telling them real stories, stories of their mother and myself and of their family, so that they know who their family is and who they are, and they can take that along with them. So many times you see kids, they can recite perfectly different nursery rhymes and the kid stories or whatever. And when you ask them who they are, who their family is, they draw a blank because they don't know enough about themselves and their family to be able to recite that as easily as they could the nursery rhyme or the latest and greatest story. So I've started a legacy, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word that I'm plugging in there, of sharing real stories of me and their mom and their relatives to them in the form of sitting down and telling them a story, right? And I've been seeing their eyes just light up when they get to hear another family story, another mommy and daddy story of different things that we've experienced, different things from the time that we were stuck in a blizzard to, well, you name it, right? To when we got married, when we met each other, the courtship, all of that stuff, right? And I tell you that it has made such a tremendous difference, not only in their lives. I mean, I'm sure that it'll make massive difference from here on out because they will actually know who their family is, know who they are. But it has made a difference in me in recapping those stories because those stories can easily be forgotten because we never talk about them. And now this is an opportunity for me to talk about the things that are so near and dear to my heart and to share a piece of family history with our kids. So, Why am I telling you all of this? Well, I'm telling you this because I wanted to talk about keeping it real. Really keeping it real. How often do you spend time in the reality of your life and expressing that reality to those that you know and that you love so they know a little bit more or a lot more about you, as opposed to trying to figure out the latest and greatest, the best speech or whatever that you can come up with? Just tell the story. Tell the real story. Uh, when we started doing these video challenges, I kind of thought in the back of my mind, I wonder what I could possibly do for 30 days to fill up a whole challenge worth of things to talk about without repeating the same thing, without, having a script in front of me. I mean, what am I going to really do? And I tell you that sharing parts of my life has become the easiest thing to to dive in and to just have real talk. It's quite refreshing actually. So I want to thank you for hanging in there with me and learning more about me. And for those of you who have already gotten involved in the video challenge, congratulations to you on stepping outside of your comfort zone and getting real. I would encourage you, if you are listening and you haven't made that move, to get involved with this challenge or to get involved with your own life, to really dive into the intricacies of yourself and explore those things that are working or not working and to make them better, to share parts of yourself with others around you so they get to know the real you, as opposed to that you may feel that you have to be in order to look professional or to be successful, you know. Yeah. This is Jason Hodge, keeping it real. If you want a community to get involved with and to really tap into the inner you, go ahead and click that link below. Hey, subscribe to my channel if you like what you're hearing here. If you want to know more about me, just, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm talking about me. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about you. Let's get to know each other. I'll catch you later.